An incredible business opportunity has just been launched in the UK. Isagenix is now number 26 in the top 100 direct selling companies in the world. They had a turnover last year of $924 million. It was launched back in 2002 in the US and came to Australia 10 years ago and is now the number 1 direct selling company here in Australia. Historically, the vast majority of people who have consumed the Isagenix products have been preferred customers and have never shared either the products or the business opportunity with others. They simply wanted the benefits from consuming the Isagenix products. And we probably all recommended a restaurant with great food that we liked and enjoyed to someone by telling them that we liked it and then sharing information about it. When you join the Isagenix team and share information with people who then decide to purchase a product from Isagenix, you are compensated very generously by Isagenix. And that is why so many people have made such a huge income. Last year, 2016, there were 421 that made over $100,000 per year. 24 earned over $1 million US per year, and 4 earned over $2 million US. We help people in 3 areas: with weight loss or weight gain, energy and performance, and making money. And what we find is that most people actually want all 3. And Isagenix have a large range of products that include supplements and food. And basically the food has all of the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. Now, to qualify for the bonuses, you need to purchase products with a business volume of at least 100 BV per month. We have meal replacement shakes, tonics, energy drinks, snacks, sports drinks, and healthy chocolates. And you can purchase whatever product mix you choose. And absolutely anybody can build a business. It doesn't matter how much money people are getting each week, they are all buying food. And Isagenix has some of the best food on the planet. There's no doubt about that. The nutrition that's in our shakes is incredible. And most people feel a whole heap better within days of starting to consume the shakes and getting all this good nutrition into their bodies. Now, 4 boxes of Isoline shakes is going to equate to 56 meals. So you get 56 meals for £153. That's about £3 per meal. About the same as a Big Mac. And I mean a Big Mac by itself, not a Big Mac meal. That'd cost you a lot more. And this food purchase equates to 108 BV and fulfills your monthly product purchase requirements to operate your business and make money. Hence, you can literally eat your overheads. Look at another way, you could say the £153 per month equates to £5 per day, spent on food that you don't have to buy elsewhere. It really is just transfer spending. And many people get paid fortnightly, and a priority every fortnight is to buy food to eat. 3 meals a day for 14 days is 42 meals. So each fortnight they're purchasing food for 42 meals. And instead of getting all of their food from Tesco, Sainsbury's, etc., they can get some from Isagenix. I mean, 2 of the Isoline shakes would be 28 meals. And by purchasing just 2 boxes of shakes, they are buying 28 of the 42 meals they'll consume over 14 days. And absolutely anybody can build a business. The unemployed allowance recipients, pensioners, and lower income earners. Why? Because they are all buying food. To see how that would work, on day 1 they could purchase their business by becoming a member for just £23. They then order 2 boxes of Isoline shakes, plus the delivery is going to come to £81. So their total initial outlay is only £104. They've just purchased 28 meals that have 54 BV, but they're inactive at that point. But then a fortnight later, 2 weeks later, they could order again. And if they then get another 2 boxes of shakes for another 28 meals, they would then have done 108 BV in the last 30 days, and they would be active and qualified to receive all of the bonuses. 14 days later, they order again. Another 28 meals, another £81. 14 days later, do the same again. The total outlay in just under the 2 months would be £327. But for that, they've purchased 112 meals, they have a business, and they're qualified to receive all of the bonuses. Basically, if you had 2 people in a household who were both consuming 1 shake per day, they would be qualified for the business. The total spend would be less than £50 per week. And there are numerous bonuses and incentives. And we're just going to go through the first couple right now. The product introductory bonuses and the team cycle bonuses. Now, don't worry about understanding exactly how all these bonuses work just now. Right? You'll soon get familiar with them, and I promise you they'll be a lot clearer the second time you have a look at them. So let's just have a quick look at some hypothetical examples. Firstly, you need to enroll and activate. Now, it's only £23 to join if you're on AutoShip, and this includes a website, business tools, and training. You become active by purchasing a minimum of 100 BV of product monthly. But as I mentioned before, by purchasing at least 50 BV of product every 14 days, you will remain active and then be on AutoShip. And this can be changed and or cancelled at any time. Our product introductory bonuses are earned by sharing qualified packs or systems with a new member on their initial order. And these bonuses vary depending on the product pack or system purchased. And you can see here they vary from £66 for a premium pack, £20 for a 30-day weight loss system, £8 for an everyday management system, etc. So they vary depending on the pack purchased. Let's have a look at this 30-day weight loss system. In that you would get 4 Isoline shakes, that'd be 56 meals. You get 2 Nourish for Life, 1 Isogenic Snacks, 1 Ionic Supreme, 1 Thermo GX, and 1 Isomove. There's a £20 PIB on this. It's 193 BV, and the cost on AutoShip is only £267. It works out about £9 per day for both the meals, the supplements, the snacks, and the tonics. And so if you introduce someone who also purchased a 30-day pack, you would get a £20 PIB. But if you introduce someone that got a premium pack, you'd get £66. And there's no limits to how many people you can introduce. You can share the concept with as many people as you like. And in Isogenics, we only build 2 teams, a left team and a right team. Now, the team cycle bonuses. This is where the ongoing income comes in. This is where the residual income comes in. This really is the reason we've got so many people that are already very, very successful financially at the moment getting involved with this business, because this is where they can set up an ongoing residual income. Now, to understand how this works, visualize your organization with a business volume bank account below each of your left and your right sales teams. And as sales occur anywhere in your marketing organization, whether you personally enrolled those people or not, BV accumulates in each of these business volume banks. And this is from both new enrollments and reorders of people that are already in your team. And every time you, as a paid-as consultant, accumulate a total of at least 600 BV on one side and 300 BV on the other side, you earn 1 cycle, which equates to £44. So your business starts with you. You do 100 BV, and then what happens when you introduce someone that also does 100 BV, you'll see 100 appear in your right bank account. And then if you introduce someone on the left that does 300 BV, you'd see the 300 points appear on the left-hand team. And when you've enrolled one person on the left and one person on the right, and both doing at least 100 BV, you are then a consultant and you're qualified to receive the team cycle bonuses. And then what happens? As more people are added to each team, the volume adds up. So here we can see that your person on the right has actually introduced someone. They've ordered 150 BV, and you can see that that 150 has been added to your volume. You didn't introduce them, but that volume has been added to your volume. And then you can see another 300 points go in on the right, and another 100 on the left. And what happens when you get to the 300 BV on one side and 600 BV on the other, you're going to qualify for 1 cycle, which is £44. Now we've just had another 300 go in on the left, and that's taken the left sales team volume to 700. Right? The right sales team volume is 550. So then what happens? 600 is deducted from the side that hit the 600 first. In this case, that would be the left team. That leaves 100. 300 is deducted from the right-hand sales team, and that leaves you with 250. And you can see there that you've been credited with one cycle. And all these calculations are done for us by the Isagenix computer in your back office. We don't have to worry about any of this. But then what you'll see is as more people join your team, the volume in both your bank accounts will keep increasing. And every time you've got 600 BV on one side and 300 on the other, you'll get another cycle. And you can see here that sometimes the 600 will come from the left-hand side, sometimes it'll come from the right. Just whichever one gets there first. Now in Isagenix, we have what we call a non-flushing binary, and this is fantastic because when we get paid each week, what happens, it goes through and you'll get paid for the 5 cycles that you've done here, and then the volume for the week will go back to 0. But what doesn't flush is your remaining volume. And so when you start the following week, you've already got 150 points on one side and 450 on the other. This is a non-flushing binary. There's a lot of other companies out there where at the end of the period, they flush all those points and you'd be starting at 0 again. And this volume can just keep adding up and adding up and adding up, and you can get more and more cycles until you hit the maximum of 250 cycles per week. And 250 cycles per week, that would be £11,000 per week, or £572,000 per year, just from the cycle bonuses. And once you get to that level, you can then qualify for a re-entry, build another team. So basically, we get paid for teaching. You teach, they teach, repeat. So just supposing you'd introduce 2 people, one on the left, one on the right, at that point you'd be a consultant. You're qualified to receive all the cycle bonuses. And then as those people introduced another 2 each, you can see there'd be 4 at the next level. And even if everybody just keep getting 2, you can see how this massive duplication just occurs. And this is why we want nice, simple systems that are easy to teach. And there's no limit to how far down in your organisation you're paid the bonuses on. The volume keeps accumulating for you until you achieve 250 cycles, £11,000 per week, or $572,000 per year. And I've been in other businesses where, with a structure like this hypothetical example, you'd receive much less. One would have been $1,000 a week, and in another one it was less than $1,000 a month. I can assure you Isagenix has by far the most generous compensation plan I've ever seen in my 30-odd years in the business. Let's have a look at it another way. Just supposing you were to go out and teach 5 people, you introduce 5 people, you got a handful, just a handful. And it's only 5. It's not 500, it's not 50, it's just 5. But look what happens if this is duplicated. This is mind-blowing. And those 5 that you get, they each teach 5. So then there'd be 25 at the next level. So you've got a handful, and each of the people in your business, they've also got a handful. So that's 25 at the next level. And supposing all those people just get a handful, they teach another 5, so then it'll be 125 at the 3rd level. They get a handful, 625. They get a handful, 3,125. I mean, when I first saw this blew my mind. Because I was used to doing the work and getting paid. I'd never known how to duplicate my time, duplicate my income. This is so exciting. Because then what would happen is you would have 3,905 people in your team. If everybody was just doing 100 BV per month, that'd be 390,000 BV. And if we divide that by the 900 and bring it back to cycles, that means you'd be doing 433 cycles per month. Right, roughly 100 cycles per week. We multiply that by the £44 for each cycle that you'll receive. Means you'd be making £4,400 per week. Over £200,000 per year. And everybody has just taught people to get a handful. You've got a handful, 5. And each of those has got another handful, 5. Massive time duplication factor. With this business, we can teach you how to duplicate your time. And a lot of people are getting in for the residual income. Now, even if you just had a residual of 1 cycle per week, that'll be £44 per week, or over $2,200 per year. And to make this amount of money, you would need nearly £100,000 invested at 2.5%. And if you were doing 10 cycles per week, that'd be £440 per week, $22,000 per year. And to make this amount of money, you need nearly £1 million invested at 2.5%. And 100 cycles per week, it'd be 4,400 per week, or over 200,000 per year. And to make this amount of money, you would need nearly 10 million invested at 2.5%. When you join the Isagenix team and share information with people who purchase products, you are compensated very generously by Isagenix. And that's why these people have been able to make so much money. It's a brilliant plan, it's well proven, and it's going to explode. Now, all of the products in your initial order have got a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. Whether you're just looking to make an extra, say, £9,000 per year, £45,000 per year, $4,000 a month, or over £200,000 a year, you can do it. A lot of other people have. The business is just starting, and the opportunity is incredible.